Joshua chapter 6. Now Jericho was tightly shut up because of Bnei Israel, no one going out and no one coming in. Then Adonai said to Joshua, Look, I have given Jericho into your hand, with its king and mighty warriors. Now you are to march around the city, all the men of war circling the city once. So you are to do for 6 days. 7 Kohanim will carry 7 shofarot of ram's horns before the ark. Then on the 7th day you are to circle the city 7 times while the Kohanim blow the shofarot. It will be when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, when you hear the sound of the shofar, have all the people shout a loud shout. Then the wall of the city will fall down flat and the people will go up, everyone straight ahead. So Joshua son of Nun summoned the Kohanim and said to them, Take up the ark of the covenant. Let 7 Kohanim carry 7 shofarot of ram's horns before the ark of Adonai. Then he said to the people, Move forward, march around the city, and let the armed force march ahead of the ark of Adonai. And it was so. After Joshua had spoken to the people, 7 Kohanim carrying the 7 shofarot of ram horns before Adonai went forward and blew the shofarot, and the ark of the covenant of Adonai followed them. Also the armed force went before the Kohanim, who blew the shofarot, and the rear guard came behind the ark, while the shofar continued to blow. But Joshua ordered the people, saying, You must not shout, nor let your voice be heard, nor let a word proceed out of your mouth until the day I tell you shout, then you will shout. So he had the ark of Adonai go around the city, circling it once. Then they came into the camp and spent the night there. The next day Joshua rose early in the morning. The Kohanim took up the ark of Adonai, and the 7 Kohanim carrying the 7 shofarot of ram's horns marched in front of the ark of Adonai and blew the shofarot, with the armed force marching before them and the rear guard marching behind the ark of Adonai, while the shofar continued to blow. So the second day they circled the city once and returned to the camp. So they did for 6 days. Now on the 7th day they rose early at dawn and marched around the city in the same way 7 times. Only on that day did they march around the city 7 times. Then on the 7th time, when the Kohanim blew the shofarot, Joshua ordered the people, Shout, for Adonai has given you the city. But the city will be under the ban of destruction. It and all that is in it belong to Adonai. Only Rahab the harlot will live, she and all who are with her in the house, because she hid the scouts when that we sent. But you just keep yourselves from the things under the ban. Otherwise you would make yourselves accursed by taking of the things under the ban, and so you would make the camp of Israel accursed and bring trouble on it. So the silver and gold and vessels of bronze and iron are holy to Adonai, and must go into the treasury of Adonai. So when the shofar blew, the people shouted. When the people heard the sound of the shofar, the people shouted a loud shout, and the wall fell down flat. So the people went up into the city, everyone straight ahead, and they captured the city. They utterly destroyed everything in the city, man and woman, young and old, ox, sheep, and donkey, with the edge of the sword. Then Joshua said to the 2 men who had spied out the land, Go into the harlot's house and bring the woman and all who belong to her as you swore to her. So the young spies went in and brought Rahab, her father, her mother, her relatives, and all who belonged to her. All her relatives they brought out and put them outside the camp of Israel. Then they burned the city with fire and all that was in it. Only the silver, the gold, and the vessels of bronze and iron did they put into the treasury of the house of Adonai. But Rahab the harlot, her father's household, and all who belonged to her, Joshua spared. She has lived in the midst of Israel to this day, because she hid the scouts whom Joshua sent to spy out Jericho. All that time Joshua made an oath, saying, Cursed before Adonai is the man who rises up and rebuilds the city Jericho. On his firstborn he will lay its foundation, and on his youngest son he will set up its gates. So Adonai was with Joshua, and his fame was throughout the nation. Chapter 7. But Bnei Israel unfaithfully violated the ban. Achan, son of Carmi, son of Zabdi, son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, took some of the banned things, so Adonai's anger burned against Bnei Israel. Now Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is near Beth-aven, east of Bethel, and spoke to them, saying, Go up and spy out the land. So the men went up and spied out Ai. When they returned to Joshua, they reported to him, Let not all the people go up. Only about 2,000 or 3,000 men need go up and strike Ai. So don't wear out all the people there, for they are just a few. So about 3,000 men from the people went up there, but they fled before the men of Ai. The men of Ai struck down about 36 of their men, and they chased them from outside the gate as far as the Shevarim, striking down on the slope. So the hearts of the people melted and became like water. Joshua then tore his clothes and fell to the ground on his face before the ark of Adonai until evening, both he and the elders of Israel, and they put dust on their heads. Alas, Adonai Elohim, Joshua said, Why did you ever bring this people across the Jordan? Is it to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us? If only we had been content and dwelt beyond the Jordan. Oh my Lord, what can I say now that Israel has turned its back before its enemies? For when the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land hear of it, they will surround us and cut our name from the earth. Then what will you do for your great name? Then Adonai said to Joshua, Arise, why are you fallen on your face? Israel has sinned. Yes, they have also transgressed my covenant which I commanded them. Now they have even taken of the things under the ban of destruction, so they also have stolen and even deceived, and even put them among their own possessions. So Bnei Israel cannot stand before their enemies, so they turn their necks before their enemies, because they have come under the ban. I will not be with you anymore unless you destroy whatever is under the ban from among you. Arise, consecrate the people, and say, Consecrate yourselves for tomorrow. For thus says Adonai, the God of Israel, something under the ban is in the midst of you, Israel. You will not be able to stand up before your enemies until you remove whatever is under the ban from among you. In the morning you will approach by your tribes. It will be that the tribe that Adonai takes will come forward by families, and the family that Adonai takes will come before by households, and the household that Adonai takes will come forward man by man. Then whoever is taken with whatever is under the ban must be burned with fire, he and all belonging to him, because he has transgressed the covenant of Adonai, and because he has committed a disgrace in Israel. So Joshua rose up early in the morning and brought Israel forward by their tribes. The tribe of Judah was taken. Then he brought forth the clans of Judah, and he took the family of Zerahite. Then he brought forward the family of the Zerahite man by man, and Zabdi was taken. And he brought forth his household man by man, and Achan son of Carmi, son of Zabdi, son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah was taken. So Joshua said to Achan, My son, give glory now to Adonai, God of Israel, and give praise to him, and confess to him now that you have done. Hide nothing from me. Achan responded to Joshua and said, It's true, I have sinned against Adonai, God of Israel. This is what I have done. When I saw among the spoil a beautiful Shinar mantle, 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold, 50 shekels in weight, I coveted them and took them. Look, they are buried in the ground in the middle of my tent with silver under it. So Joshua sent messengers who ran to the tent, and behold, it was buried in his tent with the silver underneath it. Then they took them from the middle of the tent and brought them to Joshua, to all Bnei Israel, and they laid them down before Adonai. And Joshua and all Israel with them took Achan son of Zerah the silver, the mantle, the wedge of gold, his sons and his daughters, his oxen, his donkeys, his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had, and they brought them up to the valley of Achor. And Joshua said, Why have you brought trouble on us? Adonai will trouble you with this day. Then all Israel stoned him with stones, burned them with fire, and stoned them with stones. They raised over him a great heap of stones that stands to this day. Then Adonai turned from the fierceness of his anger. Therefore the name of that place has been called the Valley of Achor to this day.